new AD carry for Teammate is worth the pickup, that he's going to improve the team, because Teammate were one game away from making playoffs last split, and you think they should have improved for summer.
All right. How long do you think we have to go in the split until we see a Zac ban for Azingy? I don't. So the champion itself is not.
I'm going to say this game.
Is not deserving, really. Okay.
I'm just. It's a blind guess. I might be wrong. Like, we're going to know in like 30 seconds. But I'm going to be bold on this one.
Again, the champion itself there's nothing really deserving of a ban there, but
Gamsu.
It is his favorite favorite jungler. Yeah, so that is a top lane ban, that Jarvan, the Gamsu top lane. He has had success with it, a lot of damage, good early combos from him. And they actually decided to ban that over banning something like the Annie for KiWiKid, who has actually opted for other supports now, and surprised some people. Alistar still definitely deserving of first ban there, but we can't mention sports without, of course,
mentioning Bard.
Wandering Caretaker, is that what it's called?
The Wandering Caretaker, yeah. Well, you heard Jat talk about it actually when he was casting, and he said the Gravity game, and he's like, you know, mid lane Bard would totally be great. Keen should bring it up.
Pretty sure that's exactly what he said.
That's exactly what he said. You can quote me on this one. I'm quoting Jat. Either way, first pick Rek'Sai comes in for Porpoise. I think this is a very smart. Well, it's weird because none of the other junglers got pinched. So it's sometimes hard to say that Rek'Sai was absolutely the right choice, but it is a champion that Porpoise has been very successful on. When Teammate made a very strong run at the back half of the spring split, it was usually on Porpoise playing Rek'Sai.
Yeah, I don't know. That first pick, I feel like Azingy actually has played Gragas. He feels very comfortable on Gragas. It's a kind of an even first pick there trade.
Yeah.
For Dignitas, let's see what lane do they want to focus on here for the double pickup.
The bottom lane. They're going to pick Bard. Clearly. Gnar? Are you yelling Gnar? Yeah, Gnar. He's a really good champion. Gamsu's going to play him this game. Here we go, last few seconds, Team Dignitas. You're not going to get him, because Gnar has been picked up, and Thresh here for KiWiKid. So, as you mentioned before, he's been shying away from the Annie a little bit. Now on Thresh for himself.
Yeah, I feel like this is a Yasuo dare right now, because the Yasuo-Gnar matchup has shown to be so Yasuo favored, and they even moused over the Yasuo to sort of bait, I guess, Teammate into it. Cali is definitely one who likes to get one of those winning matchup champions, and will pressure you hard if he does have it. He was on the receiving end of one of the first Gnar Yasuos that we saw in North America, which was Impact's Yasuo.
Yeah.
And that was brutal. So he would definitely like to try out the reverse on stage.
Well, if there's anyone to remind him of that matchup, it would be their coach, history teacher himself. Think back to last week, and Sivir Nautilus is the pickup, though, for Team 8. So a pretty versatile lane, and it's one where Nien can easily pick up all the farm, as well as be a defensive wave clear tool for the team if things go awry early on.
Yeah, I do always like taking away Sivir from Dignitas and CoreJJ specifically. He had had so much success on that champion last split. And since Kalista is banned,
easy pickup.
Yes, sir.
Well, there's the Zac hover. There literally haven't been any jungle bans, just like the one Rek'Sai pick, and it seems like Azingy's first choice may just end up being Zac again.
So it is a snowbally jungler, and if you do get an early lead, we've seen, you know, especially since he does like to go the route of maxing Elastic Slingshot. If your shots hit, if you can control the vision, if you can channel your jungle path past the enemy wards in the early stages of the game, you can be a very, very terrifying force, you know, especially on solo lanes.
Yeah. And I do really like Zac against Sivir, actually. Even if you spell shield the Elastic Slingshot, you're still directly on top of him.
Yeah, he's on you. That's his goal is to get
it doesn't matter. He gap close. The stun not landing doesn't really matter. If you don't spell shield that, you get knocked back with less bounce anyway. So definitely we saw Azingy practically carry his team up against Cloud9 when they faced Ashe. Here's another immobile AD carry to go prey on. Certainly could work very well for Dignitas. We'll have to see. CoreJJ has picked Ezreal as a safe, consistent damage dealer from the back lines. And with all the diving Dignitas has, Ezreal can definitely participate here.
Teammate have plenty of knockups for Yasuo to prep him. And the matchup looks correct, so I kind of like the lock-in, but they're gonna They're going to run away from it.
Just a team fight team, so
Rumble
Slooshi
is dead.
Plays his first Azir that I think he's ever played in the LCS. It was Ziggs and Vlad so far this split, and a lot of LeBlanc and Orianna last split. Plus whatever else he could get his hands on as time went on. So Azir in here, plus the Rumble top lane for CaliTrolz, one of the few times we've seen him play that champion as well. Big AoE team fight team for Team 8.
All right, so they're going to go poke. You shoot you right over that Azir wall. Now, picking the Kog'Maw right into the point-and-click Nautilus, though. Nautilus plus Rumble combo is a backline killer. See if Shiphtur will be able to work his way around it.
He's definitely going to have an early laning deficit, though. Azir, one of the stronger laners early game, as long as he can hide away from Zac. Azir does have some mobility to dodge these ganks, but you never know. Outplays can certainly happen here. Yeah, Team 8 with a lot of 5-on-5 power, a decent amount of lockup, a decent amount of mobility. Dignitas looking to play pretty darn far back, and even they have lanterns to keep themselves safe.
All right. Callie, I wonder how long he's going to hold on to that smite. Teleport, smite, Rumble.
That would be weird.
Very weird. I mean, you know, the Magus enchant is fairly efficient, but...
What if it's real?
Yeah, well, he's got 4 seconds left. Hold on to it. And he will enter the game.
Yeah. No, he switched at the last second. All right, it is TP Flash Rumble. Oh, well, it'd be cool to see. Yeah, Magus enchant Rumble. Maybe it's really good, but we're not going to see it today either way. Who knows if it's actually strong.
You can pure jungle with Rumble. It's actually not that bad.
Really? I'm actually surprised that Rumble in the jungle is any good. Either way, before the shots start firing on the Rift, send your game predictions to us. Tweet at LOL Esports with hashtag T8win or hashtag DIGwin. Let us know who you think is going to be doing better in this one, the team fight comp versus the poke comp, to put it in generalization terms. And the crowd is chanting Bard win. Who's not in this game? You guys are really bad at voting. Here we go, guys. The 5th game of the day. The 10th of the weekend. Team 8 looking to finally put a game in the win column here. Team Dignitas looking to end the week in 2nd place. I think a spot very few would have predicted them for, but they've maybe made it. We talk about the new bot lane of Team 8, and Nien was very familiar with Dodo. And now that they're sharing a lane, he says that they're working hard to form a good partnership.
I like Dodo a lot, or playing with Dodo a lot, because he's a really calm player, and he's just really smart in general. And I used to look up to him a lot in Han, the game that I played before, because he's like a god at that game. So it's really interesting being on a team playing with him now. So I think we're gonna get a lot better. We just need to work on some synergy, and we're playing at least like 6 solo queue games a day along with scrims. So just trying to grind it out.
Practice makes perfect, Phreak.
Definitely does. And it's definitely been a new partnership. The announcement of that new duo lane was fairly recent. So as we talk about teams learning and improving over time, but Dignitas have learned and improved quite a lot over the last split. And Team 8 almost starting anew here with the new AD carry. And we'll see how that trends over time. Remember, a few weeks ago, Nien said he wanted to be one of the top 5 AD carries in the world by the end of the year. It's a very lofty goal, but if you set your mind to it, you never know.
If you set your mind to it, you never know. I like it.
Yeah, really motivational. You just might do it. Is that a little bit more emphatic?
Well, let's see here. We got jungle starts for everybody except for Seraph. Or I mean, Callie.
Yep, Seraph definitely not jungling in this game.
Nope, that was last game. We got Rumble on the brain. Both duos will be fairly evenly matched. We'll see if the slightly later arrival time does cost the bottom lane of Team 8 a minion or not.
Looks like a lot of XP has been gained by CoreJJ and KiWiKid. Yeah, in the end, not going to get any CS from the first wave. I think he got XP on only one of them. So
yeah,
slow start for the Team 8 duo. We'll see if the small XP lead ends up mattering here.
Those Krugs take a bit longer.
And Sivir's really bad at them. She doesn't have the attack speed buff on Rek'Sai before she learns her ultimate, so I think she's like literally the worst at killing jungle camps of all the AD carries at level 1.
The worst. All right, well, let's see. The other thing I want to keep track of is Azingy in the jungle, just because his early route.
Ooh, man. Nien's at 230 health just from that, and Flame missed.
Not a great start. See Nien's second game here. But Azingy, that early jungle rat I'm looking at, looks like fast level 3, focus at a solo lane, boom.
And they lead CaliTrolz, the knockup lands, and at some point he's gonna have to flash or just die, and it looks like he's gonna choose the latter. Just kidding. He flashed.
Yeah, you had 50% chance there, Phreak.
One of the days he'll get it right. Porpoise finds Azingy though, and Zach without the slingshot up right now is gonna have to run away. Good slow from Gamsu. Helping him out, and out goes Azingy.
He's got a ward to place as well. Trinket ward down.
You know, with Zach being that small, I'm surprised Tremor Sense even works anymore. Good trade on a KiWiKid though. Summoner heal used to keep himself afloat, and a great shot on a Nien. He also pops his heal. The trade back onto CoreJJ.
Oh.
The flash blade to ignite. That's the kill. CoreJJ gets it, but he's so incredibly low himself. The flash wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Nien was dead anyway. Dodo gets a kill back.
Yep. So initially, really well played by Dignitas duo right there. But CoreJJ really, really wanted that cash for the first blood, and it ends up costing him, his life as well as the double summoners. So, all in all, not the worst story for Teammate. Could have been terrible right there as they got outplayed 2 versus 2.
Yeah, and it will allow some time for Nien to walk back into the lane. He's down 5 minions, but he can catch up with the double Doran's Blade here. The first blood, of course, does mean pickaxe for CoreJJ, and the fact that he's buying that means he's probably going to do Manamune first. Yeah. Backing for a tier after getting killed in lane is going to give you a really big stat deficit. So even though he could stack the tier, I think the attack damage is actually a much better choice in this case.
Yeah, and if you can combine it at the same time, if you can buy a full Manamune, then it just stacks so much quicker anyway. All right.
Absolutely. Oh, another great chunk from CoreJJ. Nien does not learn Spell Shield at level 3. Oh, he did actually, just didn't use it. Took a lot of damage for that.
Might have been previously popped by a hook from KiWiKid.
Yeah, that's a chance.
Azingy, though, he's not giving up on that bottom lane. Shows his face once, returns with a circle around the entire dragon pit. Now he's in position for a shot.
No summoners on this entire duo lane, so where exactly is Dodo going to go for this one? Hook back in. TP comes from CaliTrolz to buy some time. Magic TP a bit late by Gamsu. Cancels it.
At that point, yeah, don't even... All right, well, looks like they're going to shove it in, but a healthy CoreJJ, they should be able to hold this turret with just 3.
Wow, this is interesting, though. The 4 of them still pushing forward. Dodo's out of health.
I would go
Azingy gets smited. Under the turret they go. CaliTrolz got to be careful. Pull 2 turret shots, and in goes CoreJJ. One hit. Oh! Nien blocks the Mystic shot. Mana potion chugged by CoreJJ. The skill shots barely miss.
That's a poor tower dive to even go for.
Yeah.
Zach is the low member. He's got a passive where he revives in 4 separate bloblets.
Yep.
And CoreJJ was at full life, and he's Ezreal. So that's all in all, it's kind of the same story here for Teammate, where we see them feeling overly pressured to make a risky move.
Yeah. And you're seeing the risk get punished right now. So this is actually pretty nice. Oh, he missed. Never mind. If Ekko landed, he was dead. Man, Nien was just so close to getting a kill right there by himself off a misplay by KiWiKid.
CoreJJ with a shot.
He's
at
done that
KiWiKid.
before,
Get out of
actually.
lane.
That's the second time he's done that.
Go back and heal. He's done it before with the ultimate on Ezreal as well.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, exactly. From last split.
So there still is that mechanic where if you
Hover over a portrait, yeah.
hover over the champion portrait, you shoot it at them instead. Could have been the case.
Oh, Slooshi. He's going to get Zac attack flash, but he wasn't in range anyway. But flash down all the same.
The fear that Azingy Zac instills in your solo lanes is so intense that even when you can see the shadow and know where he's going to land, sometimes you just got to pop that flash.
Exactly.
So another successful gank for Azingy. He's doing a lot of work across the map, but not able to secure any kills for himself. Just burning summoner spells everywhere.
And depending on how he distributes his time and effort, I mean, CaliTrolz's flash is going to be back up before the repeat gank.
He's still on the warpath, so he's up there at CaliTrolz right now looking for the repeat gank.
Well, they would have timed it. He's got a very small window. CaliTrolz flash is up in 25 seconds. We'll see if that's going to happen right now, though. Dodo comes in from the backside, looks for CoreJJ. Here comes Porpoise. They got to find KiWiKid. The flashless Thresh, Summoner Heal used, so does Ignite. Porpoise flashes out to stay alive. He will die to KiWiKid's Ignite, and Dignitas wins the 2v3.
Ooh, that's probably the best feeling that you can have as a duo lane. Get ganked by the jungler, come away with a kill. CoreJJ and KiWiKid feeling very confident in this game due to the strong early start. We'll see how quickly they can transition it, because, you know, this very well could have been a really weak mid game for Dignitas with 2 tier stacking champions. Kog'Maw obviously is going to have a really weak laning phase. He's trying to get to level 11, trying to get to the double item of his looted Ekko on top of his tier. But Ezreal looks like he's going to jump pretty quickly past it. There's that full amount of immune. He could stack it very quickly.
Yeah. Well, that assist was only shared or by himself, actually. It was just the KiWiKid kill him for the assist. Now a TP flank coming in. CaliTrolz cannot join, so Gamsu is into this one. And actually, wow, pops the spell shield before the stun and ult land. Nien flashes away. Gamsu's actually quite low. Can they get it? They hook him on in. The Hex Drinker popped, and that will not be a kill. He's got like 5 HP. KiWiKid also limps away alive. Porpoise needs to land these Prey Seekers. Nope.
Could have been body blocked. But all right, that teleport play was rushed because of the Gnar bar. Ezreal was not in position to follow up with any damage. The only support that Gamsu had was KiWiKid there. Not going to be able to add damage, so bit of a fast and free style game we got going on here.
Really fast game. I feel like I've seen 6 movies about that. But how furious are they for the ganks not working? I'd, sell it off. All right, Dodo, 1v1 CoreJJ.
They're going to start throwing stuff at him.
Please don't. CaliTrolz, though, and now back and forth, these top laners will TP out of the lane looking for a gank, and someone else gets a bunch of farm off of it. The first time around, CaliTrolz left, and Gamsu got to walk in the lane with a Hex Drinker and a match to recall, and he had a huge lead. Then Gamsu goes through the attempt, can't quite land it. CaliTrolz gets to catch up and farm nearly. The risk almost pays off. If you get those 2 kills, it's super worth it, and you're like, God, what good TPs by this team? But when they slink away with 5 health in all these cases, you're just like, well, that was a bad choice.
And the amount of outplay that you need to pull off to make that happen without, your AD carry being down there to provide damage.
And Flash Force for just a flay. KiWiKid still finding ways to be very impactful on this Thresh. Small lead for the CoreJJ Ezreal and KiWiKid Thresh lane.
The playmaking support himself. KiWiKid trying to make it work. Gamsu as well, constantly chugging mana potions in lane.
I'm actually surprised he's using mana potions. Yeah, he's got that tier. Nice read, but
I'm actually going to keep my eye on that one to make sure it's not a visual bug.
No, he definitely had that one as a buff.
Okay, definitely.
He's chugged through multiple potions now. It's always weird to me. Like, I actually played against a guy who picked up mana potions on like a Vladimir. That was weird.
That is called flexing, I think is the technical term.
He was diamond. Made no sense.
Well, let's take a look at where the jungler path ends up now, because Azingy has been constantly ganking. So it really manifested itself in the CS discrepancy here between junglers.
It's a 500 gold lead.
And that fully completed Cinderhulk for Porpoise on Rek'Sai. So although Azingy was able to burn quite a few flashes, he got no kills for himself, no assists for himself yet.
Not yet. Nien, they're gonna get just destroyed after the spell shield anyway. Ultson tries to run. CoreJJ gets stunned, but Azingy is not gonna be stopped. Nice Q by CoreJJ. CaliTrolz will TP in, but it's into a 1 versus 3. Did he even want this fight in the first place? No. Getting locked up. Flashes still gets flayed. Azingy shows up, and CaliTrolz enters his own doom.
There's some kills for him. Shiphtur comes running down through the river with his tail between his legs.
Porpoise goes in. He will find KiWiKid, and exactly where is his Thresh going to go? Towards the Dragon Pit and stay alive. They answer back onto CoreJJ, and it's only the Azingy passive. KiWiKid is still standing after all this. Azir will finally knock down Azingy, but it's 6-2 for Dignitas.
That is so cheating. Azir at Whack-A-Mole is just unbeatable. He's got 3 soldiers covering all the bloblets. able to clean up Azingy. But man, KiWiKid as well, living on the edge there, going back in with 50 HP just for the play to ensure another kill for Team Dignitas. And now the game is really breaking open for them with all the action down bottom lane.
Absolutely. 3 kills and 3 assists on CoreJJ's. Ezreal's got a Sheen. 3,000 gold lead for the team.
Keep on going with these ganks.
Smites off the spell shoot. That's so cool.
Yeah, he's able to get the damage and the knock-up. And it actually is very important that you get that this early with Zach, because he is, again, maxing the elastic slingshot. That's a huge part of the kit. The brunt of the damage coming in. And then Cali with that teleport. The teleports from top lane so far on both sides.
Yeah. Underwhelming.
All right, and here comes Shiphtur, bringing some friends with him. Porpoise and Slooshi going to combine here to pop the passive of Azingy. So it will cost them their lives. There's the KiWiKid going back in for that flay, and CoreJJ on the same page. Love this bottom lane. They're definitely playing on the same style here. Very aggressive, looking to abuse their opponents.
And as he came out of that replay, Slooshi just popped his ultimate on, I'm guessing, a forced flash from Azingy here as I look at the spells on cooldown right here. So some interaction happened over there, but the Sightstone and Cinderhulk are both done for Azingy. That fight just catapulted him back ahead of Porpoise in gold. So a huge power surge to the AD carry, huge power surge to the jungler as well. Wow, that hook landed on a CoreJJ. Arcane Shift used, and all is well. Oh, just kidding, not all is well. Ignite comes on, a TP from Gamsu. They will knock it down, and Gamsu finishes the teleport. This is going to be a bit dangerous. Porpoise and the rest of the team are there, but Nien has to feel afraid as Azingy and Shiphtur are both coming down. Slooshi is late to the party, but maybe they do enough in time. Gamsu's Rage Bar almost empty. House lands onto Nien, who took a turret shot. A bit of an overextend, and they will get the kill with Shiphtur on the E. Equalizer comes back. They will trade back towards Gamsu. Team may have a bit of room to work with now as the wave comes into the turret.
Blow for blow here in the bottom lane. Azingy does not have passive.
Yeah, but he does have the last slingshot, and out he goes. It will be the turret kill picked up, so teammate go 1 for 1, I believe, and managed to knock up a, or sorry, 2 for 1 as they killed the Ezreal as well, and get the bottom lane turret.
Ooh, I think the biggest thing out of that is Luden's Ekko completed here for Kog'Maw. Let's see if he sticks around, because Shiphtur, I believe he was handed that blue buff. No, not quite yet. He's just hanging around the blue buff, so doesn't have it. And they don't have much vision, so they'll just take it safe, give the blue buff over to Kog, so he can stack up his tier and make use.
And this is a good time for Kog'Maw. He's level 11, his flash is up, he's got loot, and he's got blue buff. This is like the first big power spike for Kog'Maw. Sadly for Dignitas, the dragon's already dead, so you can only really fight for turrets. But I want to see what kind of impact Shiphtur can have now in this game.
We can clear minions like no other.
Yeah, that's real easy. Even I could do that.
Well, also, those teleports were a bit better. You know, you can't really fault Gamsu for not canceling that one just because he started channeling it as soon as the engage came in. Maybe it could have been a little bit earlier, but a good ultimate from Cali once he arrived as well.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it pans out as the lanes shape back up to different ones, actually. So 1 turret apiece. Top lane was already killed by Gamsu. Bot lane was already killed by the teammate duo. CoreJJ left alone in the bot lane gets the 2nd turret kill for Dignitas, but teammate have already sent their duo lane top side to battle the magic resist stacking Gamsu. Gnar should not have an easy time against Sivir at all.
He does have backup, especially since the recall timing there for bottom lane just came in. Plus, we could see a grouping here from Dignitas. You know, level 11 Kog'Maw with Luden and an Ezreal on your team. The poke, definitely substantial.
Yeah.
1 outer turret left. All they really need to do is focus on that mid lane. If they decide to group up and take down that one, you can start getting the fairly safe vision down with the Zac plus Thresh combo, using the Lantern to get those deep wards.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like Dignitas, with the gold lead overall and with Azingy having such a great impact so far in the game, looks like the siege may happen soon. CoreJJ did a pit stop for Sheen, but is going towards the Blade of the Ruin King, so another auto attack centric build for now. But the Sheen will still give him the poke that if they want a siege, it's going to be actually pretty powerful from this Ezreal.
Yep. And if they can clear out vision, Plenty of areas for Azingy to charge up from.
Very true. Wow.
War is that
Oh
friend.
He had to pop heal to not die. And Slooshi gets chunked out by the Ezreal Kog'Maw combo. Dignitas looking for the next wave. It spawned right about now. It's just joining into the wave, and this could very easily be a turret pickup. With teammate missing their mid laner, Sivir still top lane. It's going to be at best a trade. Oh, but a good equalizer. CaliTrolz will actually keep the turret standing.
Yeah, we get our first glimpse at the sniper combo there. The Ezreal Kog'Maw. Be careful as far as the backline targets are concerned. Once again, another Azir, no magic resist. Looking for that late game, Slooshi. Looking to be a carry for his team.
Yeah.
Once again.
So far, equal in lane to Shiphtur, and 1-0 so far in the game. You can't really say too many bad things about Slooshi in this game. Consistently as one of the strongest members of Team 8. Looks like he's still on pace for that in this game. A good play so far by teammate as they did make an objective trade for just a Rumble ulti to keep the mid lane alive. Dragon's still not respawning for at least 2 minutes, so Rumble ulti will be back up. So far, good mid-game choices despite a very strong would-be siege from Dignitas.
See if Team 8 are going to be able to manipulate Dignitas into fighting in one of these smaller corridors where they can really make use of Cali's Rumble ultimate. Outer turret, just a couple more chips. And Dragon in 2 minutes.
Ooh, red buff CoreJJ, he popped the Cutlass slow already. KiWiKid's gonna join the flay. Flash by CaliTrolz will dodge the ult, but the flash by CoreJJ gets the kill. An assist from Kiwi, but overall, 1v1 essentially. But the Dignitas AD carry, CaliTrolz trying to make plays, 1 and 2.
CoreJJ has just been on a mission this game. Almost all arcane shifts forward. Only maybe 2 I can remember defensively used.
Taken after the late great Woong.
We'll see if he builds Amanda wins.
Season 2 runner-up. And
he's not late. He's still breathing.
True. That's true.
Pretty sure.
He's just, I don't think he's playing professional league anymore, so maybe that counts for pro gamers. If you're not playing tournaments, you count as late.
Out of sight, out of mind. Look at that vision coverage though from Team 8. Pretty much all concentrated around Dragon. So that is definitely, what they have their sights set on for the next objective. And they would love to try and group up, get one of those Rumble ultimates on Shiphtur.
And with teleport available for both top laners, we might see Gamsu join CaliTrolz up there soon. But right now, mid lane completely unstopped there. A lot of damage comes through from Shiphtur and Gamsu. That mid lane turret now incredibly low. Anyone left alone will knock that down, so teammates have to keep that in mind. Blade of the Ruin King is done for CoreJJ in time for this dragon fight. Leandrews is in for CaliTrolz, and not quite the death cap of Slooshi.
True.
Ooh, Sorka Elixir picked up by CaliTrolz. He's got home guard boots, and he's beelining over to the right-hand side of the map to fight for a dragon. Power Spike's gonna actually be pretty good for the Rumble ulti with that Sorcerer Elixir.
See if we can make it count. Nautilus is a great setup for Rumble ultimate.
Yeah. Right now, Gamsu's stuck in mini Gnar, just timed out here. He's tired for a little bit, and teammate trying to just barrel their way in as ult hits 3.
Dignitas just looking for poke. That's all they have to do pretty much all game long.
And now they start up the dragon.
Shiphtur running a little bit dry.
Yeah, Shiphtur's on the wrong side. Porpoise is going to go in. Sivir ulti pop, flash engage. Jodo going to knock CoreJJ over the wall, force him to get away from this one. And here come the soldiers. KiWiKid will ignite and die, but they trade back on the other one. A nice knockback by Azir keeps Gamsu from stunning the entire team, but there's still a lot of chase down. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of Dignitas, despite teammates' best efforts.
Yeah, they didn't really keep anyone on the Rumble ultimate. Plus, they were tanking Dragon. They rushed up. I thought they were popping it to just rush the Dragon, steal it, and back out. But not able to land much with the Rumble ultimate there. And good disengage from Dignitas. They're able to collapse again after chasing off Team 8.
Yeah, good job then. Dignitas up another kill, up now tying in Dragons, and with a 3,000 gold lead, CoreJJ able to solo push down the bot lane. Dignitas definitely in control right now. of this game. The poke-heavy composition, Shiphtur was forced to run around the side, and it still worked out for him.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for teammates. So they rush over here. Dodo flashes. Oh, maybe they were not accounting for the mobility of Ezreal there. But CoreJJ got over the wall really easily.
Yeah, that ended up being a pretty wasted equalizer. Gnar.
Azingy there making that Zach count. Able to get the AD carry. Sivir bounce into the team.
Ooh, they're going to answer back, though. Ezreal will miss, and a kill picked up as KiWiKid falls over for the second time in this game. Teammate unwilling to say die, but down 2,000 gold. They've got some room to make up.
Only improvements to be made. Blue buff again onto Kog'Maw, though. Should be a sign for Dignitas. Group up, get that poke game running. CaliTrolz coming in, maybe downriver for
Oh man, Nien could, yeah, he popped ult just to run away from Ezreal and Kog'Maw. He was 2 skill shots away from dying. This is, you can see how just incredibly scary this poke team is from Dignitas.
Yeah.
Got it the sniper duo, it definitely is.
It's actually, yeah, I actually like it as a trio because Zach is the final bomb in the sniper combo. You poke him low enough, and Azingy, if you're able to, the best snipers. It's like fishing with dynamite. But Zach, if you control vision around the tower, you know, you just poke him low enough, and he can go in with that elastic slingshot a full screen away to jump in for the initiation.
Well, it's so far worked pretty well for Dignitas. The follow-up front line of Gnar and Zach, even though they are sort of telegraphed if they're primary engagers. You kind of see him coming, you can maybe play around him. It just seems to be enough to work anyway, as teammate have to get in medium lane, like in medium range to reach Dignitas to do anything. So even if it takes a second for your tanks to come in, it's certainly working here. The final bombs, as you say. Azingy and Gamsu.
Planes use bombs to snipe all the time.
That's, do you really call that sniping?
Yes.
All right, I trust you, Kobe. We're here, we're here lying to each other on the desk, so I believe you on this one.
All right, let's see if Dignitas can actually pressure towards a secondary turret here, because no neutral objective. Really just need to group up and get that poke swinging.
And let's see what the next move is for Dignitas, as they are holding double sight stone. They've knocked down all 3 outer turrets, and there's not a dragon up for another 4. It looks like it's going to be the bottom lane split push for Gamsu with Baron on the map. You need to put your teleport on the other side of it. You can't commit too many resources to the other side of the map. Certainly Rumble and Azir could knock that down rather quickly, so Baron certainly a concern. Even a lot of percent health damage in the Dignitas lineup. They've got Kog'Maw with rank 1 W and an Azir with Blade of the Ruin King, so both these teams can certainly threaten those neutral objectives. CoreJJ actually went Iceborne, interesting. He doesn't go for Trinity Force, but it's another kiting back item. Despite the fact that there's very little physical damage on teammate, it's just for the CC.
Well, plus, yeah, the slowing fields. They already have the Kog'Maw ooze to work with. More slowing fields from the Iceborne Gauntlet. Just, they can control pretty much the entire battlefield here.
Yeah.
If you get slowed down, it makes it so easy to land this long-range poke.
It absolutely does.
We've already seen Nien. He has to blow summoners, he has to blow ultimate, he has to blow something just to get out of the slows.
And that could be very, very scary for the teammate lineup as the snipers continue to power up. The size of their bullets keeps getting bigger. And teammate really not making headway on the other side of the map right here. Dignitas seems to be the one able to make aggressive plays. CoreJJ shifts forward, lands a red buff, and teammate have to respect it. Gold lead now 2,700. It's actually slightly growing over time for Dignitas, as they're just able to take more resources off the map every couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think for teammate, what they really need to look for is just that rushdown opportunity. What I thought they were going to do for Dragon, you pop Sivir ult, everybody moves forward. You even use your Rumble ultimate on the backside. You lead Dignitas a little bit so that you just bum rush them and try and get to the Kog'Maw. You take advantage before Zach and Gnar have time to set up this front line that is a little bit more timing based than most we see. Just try and rush right through them and get to that Kog'Maw.
We'll see if that can happen then, because that's really the only way it seems Teammate gets in there is to actually reach that back line. And though Ezreal's slippery, Kog'Maw's a little bit less so. Finally, mid lane does go down, but here comes the flash in. Shiphtur wants to land the artillery summoner. He'll keep Slooshi safe. Mid lane turret dies, but Dragon's up in 15 seconds, and Slooshi was forced to recall.
Now, they did get Kog'Maw flash out of that, even though it was used defensively. Now he's only sitting on the ghost, so the dog pile towards Shiphtur.
Yeah, makes Rumble ult actually work now against him. Porpoise getting pushed out by CoreJJ. Ezreal completely unafraid of shifting forward into these fights. They can shift onto the Dragon right now. Dignitas are on it. Gnar on the other side of the map. He is mega, but it's timing out. Has teleport, but Dragon's dying so incredibly fast. Porpoise not going to try to steal. Dragon number 2 for Dignitas is going to give him bonus turret damage. And CoreJJ again pushes forward, slows down Dodo 8. And in comes KiWiKid. Sivir ulti pop, the hook nearly hits Slooshi, but they're going to find a bit of damage. In comes Azingy to the back line. The bombs have arrived and Dodo is dead. And now the rest of Teammate locked in a little circle right there. Nien falls off. The chase on a Slooshi, 1 hit away, trying to run. And he will get out. It's a 3-for-1 though, again in favor of Dignitas. They're getting farther and farther ahead, and now they pick Baron.
All right, yeah, another strong engage there from Azingy. KiWiKid also popping that Righteous Glory, getting into range, forcing the fight. CoreJJ even arcane shifted onto the Rumble ultimate, and they were still able to keep Teammate on the run. Let's take a look here. Pinch from both sides. Gamsu on the top. KiWiKid luring them into the box, actually. Beautiful bait there from KiWiKid. Yes, they take him down, then they get the support kill, but he's got 3 inside the box with Zac at their back and CoreJJ firing from the side. Shiphtur has a really easy time sniping with Kog'Maw off in the distance.
Yep. Impressive by Dignitas. So here they go, poised to make it a 3-1 start to the split. Taking down teams that placed better than them in the regular standings. And I mean, I do think this is actually a pretty impressive season by Dignitas. The 2 teams that were beneath them, or close to them at least, Winterfox and Coast, both got their spots taken away by challenger teams in the LCS. So this is a tougher lineup now in front of them, teams that theoretically might all just be above them theoretically in the standings. And Dignitas, starting out 3-1, knocking down so many of these contenders. It's a very good start to the split for these guys.
Strong start to Baron here. They should be able to take it very quickly. They do have vision control, but Tremor Sense on Teammate, as well as Scrying Orb. Reveal their plans. Teleport gets the Sivir ultimate burned. But, you know, 2 waves pushing there for Teammate. They can probably just back right off.
Yeah, looks like they can't ride the top lane, though. CaliTrolz forced to be very afraid of Gamsu, who's managed to stack a ton of magic resist, and CaliTrolz just can't do anything at all. It's going to flash the wall, but does Gamsu really even care? Tosses the boulder, lands the slow. Hop at a Q might be enough to catch down CaliTrolz, but the Rumble barely gets out after burning his flash.
Cute flash for the Randuin's active there from Gamsu, because he did not build a Frozen Mallet going in for the active slow. Ends up just being the flash burned. No kill for him.
Yeah, flash for flash, summoner TP for Sivir ulti, but Sivir ult back up in 45 seconds from now. Teammate still holding on. They sit 4,000 gold down, but one good team fight we've seen from the likes of TDK. You can turn one good fight around. And everything feels good again. No, that hook on a Porpoise is going to be pretty dangerous. Flays him back through the puddle, but wow, they get the kill first onto the Thresh. Porpoise trying to run Gamsu in the middle of everything. Gets double CC to say, disengage from us, please, because Gnar is going to be too much to deal with. A 1-for-1 overall.
All right, bottom lane pushing. That one's going to hit into the turret. But, you know, no other lanes up. Dignitas don't really get anything out of it. Both teams back off after an even exchange. See if they actually decide to, you know, make this blue buff worth it here. Shiphtur got another one. They really want to make use of it now. Kog'Maw is in full power, by the way. Well, he's not... Is that 16? That is 16. All right, that's full power. He's got the transformed Seraph, Luden's magic penetration.
Yeah.
Maxed out ulti. Siege now.
It's going to be ridiculous.
That is the name of the game for Dignitas. And we'll see. Once again, Teammate, their route is to pop Sivir ultimate and rush straight at him.
We'll see if teammate can do that. Maybe even a flank just to get around some of these guys, but they've not found ways to do that so far. Dignitas, they start up on Baron Nashor 33 minutes in. It's always been a tricky thing for Dignitas, but they're going to catch out Slooshi. Down he goes. Shiphtur plus KiWiKid eliminate the teammate mid laner. Makes it even harder to stop this Baron Nashor, and Porpoise still around, 2,000 health left on it. He's not going to get in range in time. No, flayed out of the tunnel, and Baron goes over to CoreJJ. Shiphtur is unstoppable. His 5th kill picking up Porpoise.
Whew. All right, well, that should definitely be some inhibitor turrets at least here for Dignitas. Nobody died in that. They have a perfect sieging team, as well as the Baron buff. So everybody heading straight up that mid lane so they can push 2 at once. And for Team 8, another rough game here.
Yeah.
Nien's second, rough first week for him. Team really struggling across the board.
Slooshi still living up to most of his hype, 2-1, the best scoreline on the team, but Nien, unfortunately, a very rough early laning phase. He used to lane swap most games in the Challenger Series. It was his team fighting more than his laning phase that made him strong. And Dignitas managed to punish that pretty cleanly. CoreJJ, KiWiKid, and Azingy all together, putting a lot of pressure down there. Dignitas sitting closer to 8,000 gold ahead now as time moves on. And looks like they have yet to make any headway really with this Baron buff, though. 4 turrets still the score.
Oh,
Dragons up. Play into Porpoise, more poke coming in, and this Rek'Sai forced to flash away. Tanks and Ezreal getting hit up quite a bit. Ignite is on as well, he's forced to run. The tanks cannot land any engage. Dignitas don't catch teammate, but it's teammate forced to run from the poke.
Yeah, enough damage done. Dignitas should easily be able to split now, pick up the minions as well as the dragon at the same time. They are running out of Baron timer though, so that is
left.
one thing in favor of Team 8.
As we sit 35 minutes in, teammate have yet to find the kind of fight they've needed. Bot lane kills went back and forth a little bit, but as soon as we got towards team fights, teammate have not found anything to do. Ulti on Gamsu becomes mini Gnar, the trinket used to reveal him. Hook will land, and here comes the hard engage. All of them, but they push him over the wall. Slooshi saves Gamsu for a couple seconds.
All right, Sivir ultimate down, Nautilus setup down. They still have the ultimate on Nien.
Flash over the wall, used the end, can't quite get flayed, but here comes the engage all the same. A bunch of damage from Azir. CoreJJ still safe. Slooshi overcommits. Azingy's there. The cannon turrets are as well. And another kill for Shiphtur. 6-0-6 on this AP Kog'Maw.
Whew. Yeah, he's a massive force right now. Late game Cog, not much to do about it. Can't go for any other targets.
And on the last dregs of Baron buff, it's going to be the mid inhibitor going down. More map pressure for Dignitas. This inhib will be dead while Baron respawns. The recent dragon was already picked up for movement speed, so Dignitas in control of everything. CoreJJ forced to run, but the slow field makes that easy. Teammate have still yet to make any great inroads. They got some damage, but they just don't have the durability to tank this team for long enough.
Yeah, it is really hard to tank a 5-item, level 18 Cog. Gonna shred you, not only with the Void Staff, but also can tag one person with, one.
Dodging what he can, they find CoreJJ. The over-aggressive Ezreal will get punished, and the end stays alive. Maybe this is the fight for Team 8. They've traded out their support. Porpoise trying to run. A Gnar only stuns CaliTrolz, and Azir is, of course, in the fray. Goes in, finds KiWiKid, fights Shiphtur, but drops for it. The kill goes to the Dignitas mid laner. CaliTrolz flashing out, stays alive. It's a 2-for-2. Nien on the run, does survive, but no health bars left for Team 8.
Whew. Shiphtur just needed to land one more ultimate. Pick that up. 2-for-2 though for Team 8. That's pretty good news. About as good as they can hope for at this point.
Well, you're seeing the glimmers of hope. Maybe these chaotic team fights can work for Team 8. Over time, they get tankier.
Double summoners down for Kog'Maw. So yeah, CoreJJ, he's been playing really aggressive all game long. Finally punished for it there. Dodo Gonna get right on top of him. Nien was down to like 50 HP as well. Able to lifesteal back up here. Slooshi going in to try and pick up that support kill. Comboed with the trap.
He should have targeted Shiphtur first.
Probably.
I think KiWiKid didn't mean anything, but he would have one-shot Shiphtur.
Probably. That Kog'Maw is the one throwing out all the deeps.
Yeah, when you've got Deathcap Void Staff and the Cog's got base MR of 30, he will just die to your combo. So Slooshi, I think actually one of the first missteps I've seen of him this game. I think that was the wrong target to go for, but teammate just surviving barely. Azir quite good at knocking down super minion waves. And nothing major has been gained in a little while from the Dignitas lineup. Scuttlecrab picked up, pink ward on top of Baron. They're looking at the blue buff here, but it's gone.
So, do you consider if somebody hits an artillery shot it to be a snipe?
Huh. I don't know. Maybe have like too strict of a definition.
That's definitely a bomb.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just like processing. I'm not actually sure anymore. Hold on though, because teammate have come to set up the bomb on Gamsu here. Ulti comes across from Ezreal, tags on it too. Gnar is there. Nien is safe so far though. Teammate able to disengage. Azingy comes in but doesn't find anything. Slooshi misses the combo to dodge away though, and he's nearly enraged. Gnar jumps the wall. The boulder's gonna land. Slooshi forced to ult him away, but he's still getting poked. Picked up by CoreJJ across the wall. And that's the key mid laner down from teammate.
Oh, yep. They only get one, and he's toast. CoreJJ, those Mystic shots pack a punch onto armorless Azir. Most definitely. He can only take 2 of those before he goes down. And this may be the time where Dignitas finally crack in. Grab another inhibitor for themselves. Rumble clears out.
And it's well enough aimed that it clears the second wave pretty nicely as well. Not a lot of progress made here by Dignitas as Sivir comes to help out. Still the poke from Ezreal and Kog'Maw putting a bit of damage through Nien. Ooh! And now he's out of range. One more hit would have killed him. But that still means a low health inhibitor turret. Dignitas holding on to map control. Azir's back alive, but Baron's on the map here. Blue buff steal came through safely for Dignitas. They go back in, can't quite find the engage, but they do slow down Porpoise. CoreJJ still on the hunt. He's got to be a bit careful. Does walk away with very little health left. Oh, missed anchor from Dodo as the wall was in the way.
All right, big bottom wave here for Dignitas. Perfect situation. Side wave prepped. Go for Baron, double pink wards. And this is all or nothing for teammate. Rush on in there, try and make something happen.
No ult for CaliTrolz. It'll be a very difficult fight, but they've got to go now. Baron at half health. These guys still not walking forward. Azir very far away, and Shiphtur just zones out the team. And teammate call, you know what? It's not worth it, guys. We're not going to win this fight. Give it over. Baron number 2 goes to Dignitas.
Yeah, it's hard to make that call just because you're facing Gnar and the Kog'Maw is ready to turn on you in a second, but now they're going to have to deal with pretty much the same situation. Boxed up inside their base, Baron minions chipping away at them.
Bot lane turret goes down. Nien doesn't even want to finish clearing the wave. He's too afraid of getting jumped on as there's just no ward control on that southern jungle. Just a single one for teammate. That means Dignitas, even though they all walked at Baron and they walked all the way across the map, Dignitas still get the dragon that teammate could have potentially traded for. But the look at Baron and then the turnaround and then the, okay, we should clear minion waves instead. Teammate, we're seeing cracks in their shot calling for sure.
Time to defend the old Nexus. How quickly can Dignitas group up and go for the open inhibitor?
Pretty soon. The recalls coming through already.
Honestly, oh, here it comes. That's what they'll try. A base gate maneuver. Maybe they can get in on the side and somehow take out Shiphtur.
Yeah, this might, oh my god, that's half health off Slooshi, and that's a Riley's Crystal Scepter on this Kog'Maw now, so subsequent hits are much more likely here. Mid lane inhib goes down, top lane inhib turret is gone as well. This could be the fight that breaks the game right now. CaliTrolz overheats and he can't ult. He's got nothing to do and dies before he can equalize anything. 5 versus 4. In comes the engage. Dodo tanks up what he can. Slooshi getting knocked into the inhibitor, betrayed by his own base. Knocks in KiWiKid, but there's too many kills coming across. Already 3 dead from teammate. Now the stun from Gamsu. The crunch takes him down 4-0 in this fight. This could be Dignitas winning the game right now.
Goomba Stomp if I've ever seen one there. Dignitas, congratulations on their victory to end out the week.
3-1 for Team Dignitas. They end week 2 tied for 2nd place. 4 games into the season, teammates still look for their first win.
They have had a rough season, or a rough split, start to this split. Re-entry, if you will. Shipping out Maple Street for Nien. An attempt to switch things up. They definitely have a lot of work ahead of them.
Yeah, I gotta correct myself, by the way. I forgot both Team Liquid and Counterlogic Gaming lost today, so Dignitas tied for 1st, actually. I was expecting
I guess
those
if they're all
undefeated.
tied, you can call it everyone's tied for 2nd.
They're all 1st, 2nd, and like 3rd and everything together. Yeah.
You can finagle that if you want to.
So my mistake on that one. TSM as well, 3-1 on the split, I believe. So Dignitas at the top of the table at the end of 2 weeks. Also impressive. I think one of the teams coming into the season, people were least likely to expect to be there. But they stuck the roster together. As you said, none of them wanted to replace any of the players on that team. Said everyone here we have is the best player we have for this position that we can get. And Dignitas definitely looking like it.
Yeah, I really like CoreJJ in that game as well. You can tell the killer instinct really came out from the very beginning.